Good evening. I'm Dr. Percy Andrews. Today I'll be talking about the technology of the early eras of human civilization, which, contrary to popular belief, far surpassed our own. Our ancestors had access to cutting-edge medical technology. They were able to fly in the skies and cut solid stone. They had great cities with megalithic pyramids and knew the secrets to gravity. If this sounds like a bunch of science fiction, well, it's not. I can assure you of that. You see, all our lives we've been told to think one way. The first organized civilization was Mesopotamia. Atlantis is just a myth, and giants were never real. Humans were hunters and gatherers for thousands of years before one day we just miraculously decided to get together and start harvesting crops. You see, it's this notion that I take issue with. The concept that civilization has only been around for 13,000 years doesn't sit right with me. We know that the Sphinx is older than that by at least twice as much. But how could the Sphinx have been made if we were wearing loincloths and hunting for food? Great question. I propose that a calamity happened around 13,000 years ago, either a meteor or a flood. Something catastrophic occurred that forced our ancestors to restart, which is what Mesopotamia is, a restarting of civilization after the calamity. Instances of this have happened to a lesser degree in recorded history. Take a look at the Bronze Age. So there's the history we know now and the history that existed pre-13,000 years ago. For clarity and ease of speech, I'll refer to that time period as antediluvian. It was during this antediluvian time that what we consider fantasy was in fact real. Atlantis was a thriving metropolis based in the mid-Atlantic. People had contact with dragons, cyclops, and other beasts of mythology. However, that's not the topic of this lecture, nor is the nature of the calamity that brought an end to the antediluvian times. Instead, what we are focusing on tonight is the technology of that world. Now I can almost hear your questions already. How can anything from those ancient times have survived? It was so long ago, surely there'd be nothing left. And you would be right for the most part, save for a few crucial pieces of evidence found across the globe. The earliest piece of evidence was found in the early 1920s. As you can see in this photograph, Colonel Percy Fawcett is seen posing next to this upright circular stone formation. The natives revered the object and did not approach it. When he pressed them for more information on it, all they said was that they were afraid of it, and they did not make it. Interesting. But moving on. Later in the 1940s, during an expedition in Guyana, explorer Fred Weatherstone and his crew found one. While they did not have any natives to ask about this structure, his journal reveals that he felt a strange sense of foreboding near the object. He also reported having dreams of the stars while camping near the object. The most detailed account comes from 1956 from Percival Templeton. Templeton was a U.S. agent in Panama during a period of upheaval. Here, while assisting the Panamanian military, he found yet another of these strange circular structures. While the locals knew nothing about this object, Percival took time to study it. He noted that it is elegantly crafted, obviously weathered, but when it was furnished, it must have been smooth as glass. There appeared to be writings on the stone, which he could not make out fully. He, too, noticed a feeling of foreboding, but most of all, curiosity about it. He felt as though it might be a gateway of some kind. However, he did not risk delving further into that line of thought. The name he gave to it was Starway.
Frankly, it doesn't matter what they think. I'm doing important research, and why nobody wants to dig into it is beyond me. The implications are astounding. They could rewrite history. And it's not about the fame and glory of it for me, which is why I want you to help. Why won't you help me?